picture back there in the studio, we're seeing the approach. Very anticipated, obviously. We're going to get downtown very soon for the actual rally itself, but a lot of anticipation as President Trump makes his first campaign appearance in 110 days. Not a specific timeline. Once again, the original time is 5:25 wheels on the ground, so I don't know exactly how much further back we've been pushed, but I can tell you that there is a strong police and strong military presence here on the ground. And also there's a strong
I just lost IFB.
A ton of people out in the parking lot of some of the surrounding hotels close to the airport here in the back of their pickup trucks, in their cars.
Okay.
Flags and signs in support of their president. Vice President Mike Pence drove by earlier.
Talking, 3, 2, 1, talking some more. Oh, yes, I have you now. Yes, I can hear you.
From downtown into the Tulsa airport area. So police presence is pretty strong across the board. You were talking about Air Force One. I was doing a little research myself. 84 different phone lines on that bad boy. 84 different phone lines. I know. So can't ever complain about not having phone.
Yeah, and if you live in Midtown Tulsa, you can actually see Air Force One for yourself flying over your houses right now. They apparently have decided to do a Tulsa flyby. Looks like they went Collinsville, Owasso, East Tulsa. Now they are over Midtown Tulsa. I'm not sure if they will try to buzz the BOK Center just for the fans that are out there to get a thrill in the sky. But we do know that was a flyby, what we just showed you moments ago. They will circle around and then they will land. So they are ready. We are moments away from Air Force One touching down. The first time Air Force One, the 747, has touched down in Tulsa since George H.W. Bush was president. That also tells you how old this plane is. So we are waiting for them. Sometimes if you've ever flown around, you know you've got to circle around to get to the right direction and whatnot. The wind is blowing this way, which is south to north. So therefore they have to land into the wind, which is north to south, just to keep can talk. Take me, please, if you can hear me. All right, good, because he's landing now. Air Force One is on final approach. He's turning into the main runway here, landing on the north side. So you could see him in Owasso again. It looks as he circled back around from the BOK Center. Some folks in southeast-ish Skiatook may have been able to see Air Force One, but it's not every day an Air 747 comes here, let alone the President of the United States. It was funny, Mayor Bynum called out a CNN reporter earlier this week. He said, "You're from Atlanta. You've seen this before. This is exciting for us," because he was just like, "Don't you think you should do something else?" And he said, "No, this rarely happens here." Okay, I can see the landing lights for Air Force One. He is just feet above the ground, and I can tell you all air traffic has been stopped well before this point. When we first started showing you, that is when, if you had a flight out of TIA, they were pretty much saying, "Sorry, folks, you're on Trump time now," and we are just waiting moments. I can imagine there are people trying to get a glimpse of this from all over, because the plane is just as famous as the president himself. And again, this is just President Trump. Vice President Pence is already here. He is with Governor Stitt, and they are meeting with Black Tulsa leaders before heading to the BOK Center. But here is Air Force One. I tell you, I have not seen Air Force One, the 747, since I was a teenager. I can tell you, I'm kind of shaking myself. So, but any plane the president flies on is Air Force One. But obviously, the plane, the 747, is closely associated with that. All right, we've got wheels down now. The nose gear is about to come down. There's the smoke from the tires. And ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States is on green country soil in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And here comes that 747. The notorious 747. You have to remember, when you think about just what this plane means when they see it on the other side of the world, I mean, this is the symbol of our nation to a lot of folks, and it's just, it's a special time. It's a special day. Now, there are actually two of these 747s. One is a decoy in the sky still circling around, is what I've been told security-wise, but this one has the president on it. We will not see that second one. That one's just up there for security purposes. But obviously, looking over the schematics of the plane, I can tell you where the first class cabin would be around the nose. That is the presidential suite. Then you have the bathroom, fully functional, shower and everything. And then you've got the Oval Office, the conference room. Then you have a Secret Service facility. And then you have some passenger and waiting facility. And then in the very back is where they like to stick the good old press folks back there who travel with the president. We have been told Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany, it appeared she walked on the plane, so she could be back there as well. As for the second deck, the second, what's in the hump of the 747, that is all communications for the president, everybody on board, the media, anybody you name it. All the communications are based out of there, and you can see the humps on top. Those are satellite connections and antennas and whatnot. But here comes, wow, just take it in for a minute. Take it in for a minute. Look at this. Air Force One, President Donald John Trump is at Tulsa International Airport, about to step into Oklahoma territory here, which for him is friendly territory politically. All of our counties went for him back in 2016. I'm going to try to talk as much as I can, but we are dealing with a 747 with 4 engines. Let me know if you can't hear me. But as you look around, look at this. It is just, the Secret Service is in place, and it is just incredible, the sight here. Now this plane is maintenance-wise some of the top of the line, even though it's an older 747. They maintain this 125 days. They take this plane apart and put it back together, is what I read from the Pentagon last night. Just doing a little bit of my homework. As far as the movie Air Force One compared to this, it looks the same, but I can tell you the movie did exaggerate some as to what the features of the plane can do, but there are still safety measures on this. This plane can withstand a nuclear blast, so that is one of the safety features we do know. There is Air Force One, lo and behold, at Tulsa International Airport, parking right in front of Air Force Two. Somebody, I don't think we can find it in a history book, somebody check me if I'm wrong on social media. I don't think we have ever had a president and a vice president in Tulsa, Oklahoma, let alone in the same building in the history of this city, possibly the history of this.
Everything comes out. So I have another one. If you talk or something, yeah. But also like
This thing rocked real hard. I fell about 3 steps and I went on barking. It hurt me for like a couple of days. I was kind of walking as it did that rock. All right. Yeah.
Excuse us, guys.
Let's go, Mills. Ain't no turning back now. If you're scared, be all right.
I know the plane speaks for itself. Yeah, I can talk. They can just toss to me whenever. Hey guys, can you hear me? Yes, they are about to, but I wanted to point out that famous limousine, the Beast, is possibly about to come right in front of us. That is the limo they shipped in here earlier this week, the motorcade. They always ship it in. They've shipped it in before. Right now, the press that is flying with the president is coming out of the back of Air Force One. But there is the door. You have the gentleman who will open it and take care of it. He is a part of the flight crew. But everyone is getting into place where we will see President Donald John Trump wave to us. And here comes the Beast, the presidential limousine. Obviously, there are two. One is a decoy. Thick glass. We walk past this thing. It's got the wheels of a semi. It has thick glass, bulletproof glass. I mean, you name it. But if there ever is a chance that the president is going to walk right towards me, I say it's right now. So it's about 50-50 if we can get him. We will just have to wait and see. The president has often visited with local media when national media has been hanging back. And that is all who's in the press pen with us is local. So our chances are strong, but we will wait and see what exactly will happen. Obviously, the dignitaries, they're all lined up. Last time when Vice President Pence was here, the mayor gave him a key to the city and a book about Oral Roberts, a photo autobiography book. So it's not sure what kind of gifts. We may find out afterwards what kind of gifts the president will get. Obviously, they will hold on to them here, and he will get to enjoy those when he's back on the plane. We were wondering if the president was going to spend the night. This is going to be a very late night for everyone, including the president. They're not going to get back till about midnight, but we are expecting President Trump to be heading home late tonight, and I can tell you there's a full kitchen galley on there making any kind of dishes. If you watch The West Wing, you know they make pasta, chicken, everything in between. So anything he wants for dinner, he can get. No, it's all loaded on there except for, I'm sure, like lobster or something. But we are waiting for the president to come out of the plane. It looks like the media has unloaded, the national media with him. We are waiting for President Trump any moment now. In fact, that door that you see inside, if you can look inside the door, so you've got the door that's open and that door, that is the president's quarters right there. There is a lavatory bathroom there. So that is what is behind that door. To the right is where that conference room is, and to the left in the nose is where the presidential suite is. There can be 2 beds, one for the president and the first lady. The first family essentially lives in that front part. Now, again, if you walk up the stairs and go to the right, you'll have the flying Oval Office. So this plane can do pretty much anything. I can except talk to us with its own lips, because it doesn't have any of those, but it can do practically anything. But again, as I mentioned earlier, this plane will actually be going away. This might be the last time this 747 is here, because we are getting new Air Force Ones, more fuel efficiency. The last time this plane was parked here, close to this spot, George H.W. Bush was here. That shows you how old this plane is. So this could be the last time the old Air Force Ones are here, and it may have a brand new paint job by the time the new 747 Intercontinentals are available that are being worked on right now. So again, we are waiting for President Trump. He is the president. He can take as long as he wants. This is not commercial travel by any means. Yeah, and yes, and he is assigned to Air Force One. There is a doctor assigned to this plane. And I believe, if my memory serves me correct, when I was talking to someone in a previous administration a long time ago, he does not have another assignment anywhere else. Air Force One is that doctor's assignment. So because the president travels so much. Oh, we're seeing somebody move around, but it's not the president. Somebody moving around in the cabin just got out. Actually, the shades have been drawn in the executive suite in the nose, so who knows, maybe he's just checking himself out in the mirror, making sure he looks good. But this plane can do it all. I can tell you, even though the press cabin is in the very back, it is considered an honor to be essentially in steerage on this plane. But again, this plane, it will probably end up in a museum when they retire it. I'm not sure which one. Who knows if any of the presidential libraries will want it. The original 707, that was before the 747, the one they brought Kennedy back on after the incident in Dallas, that one is in Ohio, as well as another one of those is in Reagan. Reagan was the last one on the 707, so he got it in his library. If Trump is the last one on the 747, you know Trump, he likes things big and bad. He might want an Air Force One, one of the two, in his presidential library. We'll just have to see what the plans are, because we don't even know where his library would be at this point. We are still so early on in his presidency as he runs for that second term. But any minute now, we are on Trump time at this point. Here he is. Here he is. We have the president. There is President Trump right there. All righty. Waving high, coming on down. He's there is the president. It does not look like he brought any of his family members, but we know some of his family members are already here. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States is in Tulsa, and in just 3 short steps, 2, 1, boom, he's in Oklahoma. The President is on Oklahoma soil right now getting hugs. Obviously, these are some of his close congressional allies. Well, look who joined him. Congressman Hearn, Mullen, Cole, Lucas, and some other dude behind him that I don't recognize because he's got big sunglasses on. But our congressional delegation in the House joined him. He is being greeted. Pretty much every Republican who holds a seat in Congress is with the president. Every Republican in Oklahoma that holds a seat in Congress, again, because we have the 5th Congressional District that did flip last time around, he is speaking to the crowd right now. They're all there. These are some of his closest allies, even through the impeachment fight. He's all talking to them now. That includes Tulsa Mayor G.T. Bynum, and Police Chief Wendell Franklin is there as well. Lieutenant Governor Matt Pinnell. He is talking. I apologize if I start screaming, but that means he's walking our way and I need to get his attention. So bear with me, and we'll see if we can get the president here in a minute. Obviously, he is shaking hands. Oh, he just whispered something in the congressman's ear. So he is coming this way. We will see any minute now if we have the president will speak to us. There he is. That's all I can say. There he is. That says it all right there. If I was a newspaper headline writer, that's what I would say. There he is. And it looks like the president is going to skip the beast. Mr. President! Mr. President! Can we get a minute of your time? How do you feel? How are you feeling? All right, there we go. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, President in Tulsa. And he is getting in the beast. Oh, yes. Well, you have to remember, he hasn't been on the campaign trail since March. So he really thrives off of these crowds, is what his advisors have said. So he really likes to feed off the energy, get the campaign season going. And here comes the beast. They are starting to load in, and the motorcade will be underway any minute. They are going to exit on the north side of the airport, just like the vice president did. President giving thumbs up and waving high again. And he's... Yeah, my mom is watching. My mom is watching, and I'm sure I just did her proud. So, but here goes the motorcade. They're going to go up the main runway, and they will be speeding towards the BOK Center. It does not look like he will be making any auxiliary stops. It did look like they wanted to buzz the arena just to thank those who could not get inside if there was a large crowd outside. The crowd size was always in question because some people, it looks like, may have not wanted to deal with the protest that's going on a few blocks away. Others, I got a message from a lady on Facebook earlier this week. She was wondering if she was going to have to wait outside. She was in a wheelchair. She wondered how long she was going to have to wait outside. And I said, I just couldn't tell you with the crowd size and everything. So the congressional delegation is in the vans behind him, as well as the press, the national press. Those people live in D.C. It's going to be a late night for them. But for now, there we go. All right, and here comes IMSA. We whipped out the nice ones. We've got the camouflage and the Tulsa flag IMSA. We whipped out the nice ones for them. So there is the motorcade all going. Now, we did try to get some information from IMSA about their role in the motorcade, what they do, but we were told that is top secret, even the previous plans when it was just the vice president. But Vice President Donald Trump is headed down the runway on the move, and they will be exiting out the Air National Guard base. I'm not exactly sure of the route, but we have reporters along the potential route. So for now, I would say my work here is done. I will send it back to you, and we will try to find a place for the departure. We're not going to be allowed out here because it's going to be so late, but we are going to try to find a spot for the departure. and they are going to, actually, here comes the fuel truck. So they're getting ready because